Hi, I'm Phil, and I'm here to tell you what it's like living with end-stage renal failure. In planning this channel and working out what sort of things I wanted to talk about, I've realised that a lot of it, in fact, pretty much all of it, is about how my life is different because of renal failure. But I don't want to give you an incomplete picture, and in fact, much of my life is the same. I do have some things I have to think about differently. I do have a couple of extra things I need to do during the day, but my routine is pretty what I would consider normal. So this video, just to balance things out a bit, is a look at a day in my life to give you some context. Yep, that really is the alarm that wakes me up in the morning. Of course, if it doesn't get me out of bed, the cat makes sure at least one of us gets up to feed him. So, first thing we do, feed the cat, get him out from under our feet, really. Well, for 5 minutes. Right, next thing to do is morning medication. I take a whole stack of meds, not as much as some people, more than others. I'll cover them in another video in a bit more detail. Final bit of medication, which I don't know if it's actually technically medication, is my drink of Nepro. I have one of those a day. They are a protein drink with a few other additives that my body's not getting courtesy of my kidneys. So normally, on days when I don't have dialysis, I'll have a shower and a shave and that sort of thing. But I've got dialysis this day, so it's just the hair care routine. This is where my morning routine may differ from some people's. Before I do anything about breakfast, I prepare for dialysis to a degree. So what I'm doing is wiping down everything that needs disinfecting the surfaces and then just lining the machine. I started doing this in the morning when I was working full time. I only had an hour to get on dialysis, so it saved time. Right, first person in the kitchen in the morning makes breakfast. Again, we'll go over diet in another video because it may be a bit different. I try and take 5 or 10 minutes to read the news on my phone while I'm having breakfast, just have a bit of a chill. And then, like everybody else, I have to pay the bills. So I'm fortunate I'm able to work from home. I said that I used to work full-time and now work 4 mornings a week. Hey, how you doing? Again, this is where my schedule may differ a bit. After work, I'm on dialysis. The first thing I do when I get on dialysis is have lunch. That way anything that I'm having that needs to be filtered out can be filtered out during the session. If you want to know more about dialysis, I've recorded a 4-video series which is being released from next week. After I've had lunch, I tend to do an hour or so's work on YouTube, so editing or writing descriptions or something. But my morning and afternoon work very, very rarely totals a full day's work because I'm just too tired. So I spend the rest of the day watching videos on YouTube. Well, actually, I'm watching Stargate SG-1 at the moment during dialysis. And of course, I have to always remember what's going on with my dialysis while I'm working. Right, so on the days that I don't do dialysis, I try and go for a walk around the block, which gives me about 15 to 20 minutes exercise. Anyway, back to dialysis day. We're off dialysis, and best part of the day, to be honest. I do get a bit cold on dialysis, so just about the first thing I do is put something warm on, and then I just ready to leave. So by the time I finish dialysis, it's getting on into evening. It's usually between 5 and 6 p.m, usually closer to 6, if not after. So I tend to spend the rest of the evening in the lounge. There's actually, my wonderful wife has already made dinner for me and put it on a tray. So I have my meds and my dinner, turn on the Xbox to stream something. It's not unusual for me to fall asleep, depends on how dialysis has gone. Alright, time to turn everything off and head to bed. And that is a day in the life of a mutant. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you enjoyed it or found it interesting, I'd appreciate it if you could hit like. If you want to know more about what it's like living with end-stage renal failure, then go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.